Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. Some of you joined very early, 20 minutes ago, actually 30 minutes ago, and I'm sure you've enjoyed that video talking about turning your problems into opportunities. And for those who just joined, maybe I can just highlight some of the things that he talked about. One of the things he talked about is what Mother Teresa said, that we fear the future because we are wasting today. And that's just emphasis on why we need to be present, do what we need to do today. And basically living one day at a time and without fear of what will happen tomorrow, because the Bible says that do not worry about tomorrow, because it has sufficient trouble for itself. So at this juncture, I would like you to introduce yourself, and how we are going to introduce ourselves is on the chat. You're going to say who you are and what you sell. So this is your moment to network with other people, and hopefully you get a customer. Depending on how you introduce yourself, then people may like you and trust you and want to buy from you. So introduce yourself. The best way is to say what problem you solve, because as you've heard in the video, the bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. So just share your name, what problem you solve, and your expectations tonight. And if you can switch on your video, I would be very happy to interact with people that I can see. It's always better to put names into faces. So if you are able to put on your video, please do that so that we can see you. If you're not able, it's okay. At least those who will have switched on will encourage me. I like to see the body language of my audience so that I know when you get bored and just end the meeting. So for those who don't have the video, then you rely on those who have, because if they get bored, it means we end it.
Right? To develop this product, what kind of systems do we, or what kind of manpower?
Please mute here. Okay. Yeah. So when just type in the chat. I want to see who is in the room. What problems are being solved in this forum? So your name, what problem you solve, and maybe how you do it, and what do you expect this evening? Just put it on the chat. We're waiting to see before we start. I believe all the people here are entrepreneurs and salespeople. And so I'm expecting to see very quick introductions. Winnie, you went away. You were the one encouraging me. Now you've switched off your video.
I'm just around the corner. Just a moment, I'll come back.
I can see Sheila. Sheila has come. Yeah, nice to see that smile. Yeah, it's always encouraging. At this digital age, you want to see faces. Otherwise, you may be talking to yourself. When people are busy in the kitchen cooking, and you're here talking. No introductions today? Are you guys fearing to introduce yourselves? So as you introduce yourself, it's just, important that I say why we're here. And I know the reason why you joined is because you want to know, how do I make this year my best year? This year is very interesting year because apart from elections, we are recovering. Are we even recovering, or we're still in the COVID season? And then there is the Ukraine war. And all these forces converge and to make the year look like it's a very difficult year. However, one thing I've realized is that such times bring a lot of opportunities. And unfortunately, because we waste today, we seek to be part of the herd so that, you know, if you don't complain, then people will start wondering when you have how much money. So you join into the complaining, and it becomes a self-perpetuated prophecy whereby it actually becomes very difficult. So you disable yourself from seeking out opportunities that could make a whole difference in your life and in the lives of others. So let's see who have introduced themselves. I can see Nelly. I deal with purified water under the name Quenchup, drinking water, wholesale and retail. We also do branding for occasions, okay? My name is Lina, work in the insurance space in Uganda. Wow, welcome Lina, all the way from Uganda. Thank you for joining us. Join this because I want to improve my conversion rate. Somebody is talking. Derek, if you're there, please help me mute those who are talking. I can see Atanas Kimani Joroge. I'm a software engineer. Oh, they're coming quickly. Software engineer, come business intelligence analyst. Help organizations to make deep insight from their data. My specialization is systems integration, data warehousing, reporting, and analytics. Thank you so much, Atanas. Where are you joining us from? My name is Winnie, CEO and founder of ePrepare. Oh, I know ePrepare, the shopping convenience platform. Thank you, Winnie, for joining us this evening. Grace, entrepreneur under the name Pistis Insurance Brokers, who provide financial solutions, selling insurance product to protect your property. Your property bought through hard-earned money. I am based in Mombasa. Thank you for joining us from Mombasa. Julius Oyuga, financial advisor at Old Mutual Insurance, Eldoret, all the way from Eldoret. You see the opportunities that come with these things that are happening, that we have people from Uganda, others from Eldoret, others from Mombasa, and we are all here networking and converging. Oh, Sheila, Gonga the game. And by the way, she has a very good game. If you want, if you're having a team building event or a conference, this lady is great. I've used her services, so talk to her. We make and sell a fun, interactive, intergenerational game called Gonga the Game. I like the game. All right, so that is the advantage of joining early and introducing yourself early. So now we're just going to go right into it. For those who are joining and those who have not introduced, continue introducing yourselves. We might look at your profile later. So I'm just going to go right into it because I don't want to keep you so long. I want to end exactly at 9 p.m. so that we can go to our families. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Or can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Okay. So as the poster was going around this session, I just want to share just a few strategies that you can use to make this year your best year. You know, as we have said, it looks like it's the most difficult, especially for Kenyans. And I don't know about Ugandans. Lina, you can tell us whether in Uganda is as difficult as it is here. I think the price
it's probably more difficult.
Almost double. Oh, okay. Why is that?
I think just as an example, fuel prices, for example. I mean, we're a landlocked country, and we definitely import all our fuel, despite the fact that we're supposed to be producing. And I think last week there was an article in the newspaper that was showing the regional fuel prices, right? And we're about maybe 2,000 Ugandan shillings higher than the region.
Wow. Wow.
So
That's 2,000 Uganda shillings is about, divide by maybe 30.
Yeah, about 30, 33.
Yeah. Okay.
About maybe 60 Kenya shillings higher.
Yeah. Wow. That must be hard. Yeah. And I think it's all over. And when you look at it, it's like, okay, so where do we go? And for us entrepreneurs, then we can't join in the complaining like everybody else. We need to ask, and this is, I hope you get this out of here, is to ask God, this is a crisis. This is difficult. What do I need to do? Show me where are the opportunities, because they are there. There's no crisis without opportunities, and only entrepreneurs and salespeople can see those opportunities. And so this session today is basically to look at how can we navigate that. Personally, I like difficult years because they are really difficult, not because they are easy, because they are really difficult. And when they are really difficult, you set yourself up to see different things that you've not seen before. Okay, so that is the whole purpose for this session. So by the end of this session, I hope that you will go home with 3 strategies how to make 2022 your best year. Yet it is halfway. And then I'll give you 2 other bonus strategies. And after that, I'll give you an irresistible offer. Okay, and because we're all salespeople, all entrepreneurs, I want to begin with, why do we sell? And this forms the basis of conversation. Why do we sell? Why sell? And my definition of selling, why we sell, is because nothing happens until somebody sells something. So if you have a product and you're not selling, then it means nothing is happening in that area that you're supposed to be doing it. And I had a conversation this afternoon with someone, and I was telling them, I don't look at sales as a job. I don't look at sales as, that thing that you do to push a product. I look at sales as a calling, because it is about understanding customers' problems and providing them with solutions. And that is not everybody who is able to identify and see problems. And that is why we must make this year our best year, because when we see problems, then we look for solutions. Unless you're not a true salesperson, then. But if you're not, please, by the end of this session, be converted to be a true salesperson. And selling is helping your customers succeed with your product. So yes, you have sold the product. Make sure that they're successful, yeah? And most important is, it is a service to humanity. When you look at it, you go extra mile. You have to be patient, you have to be accommodative, you have to be all this, because it's a service that you're giving to humanity. So I want you to stop looking at sales as that difficult thing that you do, and start looking at it as a service that you're giving to humanity. Give an example. If someone like Atanas, he said he's a software engineer who develops software. If we don't have people like him, and I believe those are the people who develop softwares like Zoom, the one we are meeting with, we are using to have our meeting this evening. So can you imagine if there was no software engineer to develop such a software? Then we'll not be able to have this conversation, because it's at 8 p.m. right now. Imagine we'll have to import Lina from Uganda and bring in those in Eldoret and those in Mombasa today at 8 p.m. It may not have been possible. So I want you to start seeing sales as service to humanity. And then we ask ourselves, then how can we do it so well that people are happy to buy our products more and more, okay? So I will begin by sharing my journey so that then you understand where I'm coming from to why we're having this conversation. And my journey is full of turning difficult situations into opportunities, as you're going to see. And I just begin in 2004 when I graduated with chemistry and mathematics from Chiromo campus. Worked a little bit in a pharmaceutical company as I was a quality control officer, basically working in the lab, ensuring that you get, when you go to buy your paracetamol, you get the quality that is written on that packet, okay? I did it for a short time, about 3 months. Then I left and I became a trainer in one of the institutions called IAT. And that is where I actually went through management of learning. We were taken through management of learning. It's different from teaching, because teaching, most of the time, most teachers give information. But management of learning is enabling students to learn because they are intelligent and they have the information. So you just facilitate learning. And that is where I studied my, I became a Microsoft system engineer. I did all those technical courses. So basically my background became IT. And many of the years I was voted the best trainer because I loved people. Why I left the pharmaceutical is because of my love for people. But then in 2009, I thought I needed to, to make more money, and had read quite a lot of books, Robert Kiyosaki, Zig Ziglar, and I realized for me to be rich, I needed to do a sales job. At that time, that is what I thought sales was. It's just an avenue to become rich, which is still is up to even now. So I quit my training job and selling life insurance, and that was difficult. That is where I met, I've never done a difficult job than selling life insurance. And for those who are here, have sold life, working, it's not as easy as other products. And in 2013, I was able to do about 5 times what I had done in 2012. So that was, 5 times the previous year I did in 2013. And that is when I thought, now I can do something more. And I went to my boss and I asked for another job, which I got a job as a country sales manager for microinsurance. And at that time, the organization was making, that particular business was making over 200 million losses. And in that year, 2015, we were able to make over 30 million profit. So that has been my track record. In 2017, I started BSmart. BSmart is an online insurance comparison platform whereby we build transparency in the industry that is very opaque, basically making customers be happy to buy the products because they're able to see what they call the fine print in bigger print. So we've created a platform, an online platform to enable you as our customers to do that. And in 2020, when COVID happened, same, difficult year, everybody was wondering what is happening and hoping that the crisis will go away. I remember when the president locked the country, or rather, did he lock? He he put what did you call it? It was locking, yeah. Yeah, somebody help
Lockdown.
me. What was
Lockdown.
it?
Lockdown.
Lockdown. Yes, it was a lockdown. That was on 26th of March, 2020.
Man,
Mute.
broke into my house with a gun. He fired at me.
You see now the problem of not seeing people. Derek, please help me mute those people. So yeah, and 26th of March, the country, there's a lockdown. We don't know for how long. And I remember we closed our office. And on 1st of April, I asked God, this looks like a crisis. What am I supposed to be doing? And quickly, I got an idea that I should, I actually started a challenge whereby people would exercise and, post on the group because I realized people are losing their sanity. And I thought that God was calling me to help them out that. And at the same time, is when I was able to, I had started writing my book way in 2000 and, just a minute. All right, so in 2015, I had started writing the book. No, 2016, sorry. But then, because of the many things that were happening, then I stopped working and I started Be Smart. Then that project had stalled. So it is in 2020 that I realized, wow, I need to go back to that project. So I became an author in 2020, a very difficult year. And it's the same year that we were able to release a platform. Insurance agents and brokers were able to design a platform to help them sell insurance online. So I'm just giving my journey on the times I've had to turn problems into opportunities. And then in 2021, still a very difficult COVID year, we were able to grow our number of customers by 700%, from the previous year. And this year, I think so far we've grown by 600% from last year, a number of customers. And still this year, I was able to launch another book, Entrepreneurship Hits and Misses. And you can get the copies of this book online, soft copies, if you want to read. And I've shared a lot in that journey. So I don't want to go into so much detail. We can talk about my journey for the whole day and we don't even finish. Okay, so that has been the journey. So let's go right into the strategy. Strategy number one. One of the things that makes me see opportunities in difficult time is when you have a compelling vision, a vision that is bigger than you. It is so big that you're not able to look at the problems that are happening right now, but you keep focus on the big vision. And the beauty with vision is that it is God who gives us the vision. He helps us see where we need to be going, but most of us do not write it. So we forget it. So I don't know how many of you, but I would like to know how many of you have a vision for where they'll be in the next 5 years, 10 years. These are basically intentions of where you would want to be. And my experience has been that when you set out those intentions, they happen. And this is where the Bible says, not by might, not by power, but by his spirit. But you have to clearly state those intentions so that then you can be able, they can happen, but make it big. Now, in 2013, in 2012, I had only done below 2 million. I think it was 1.8 million in terms of premium that I had done. Now, selling life insurance, for those who are not in insurance, is basically selling to one customer as after another. So some customers will pay 3,000 shillings, others will pay 10,000 shillings, but then I was able to sell up to 2 million. That was in 2012. It was actually less. But then I decided in 2013 that I was going to do what I have never done before. And I took this quote by John F. Kennedy when he said that he was presented with 10 different ideas and he was supposed to choose one. And he said, we choose to take the man to the moon not because it is easy, but because it is hard, but because by taking the man to the moon, it's going to inspire us to govern others towards that one goal. And actually he said, we're going to achieve that and more. So I took that quote literally and I said, I am going to do 5 times, not because it is easy, but because it's hard enough that I have to, govern all the resources, my mental, my emotional, but all the resources to achieve this goal. And remember, it's 2013. Kenya was just recovering from 2008 post-election violence. We feared that anything was going to happen come August 2013. And I chose not to see what is likely to happen. Because many times you sit and say, wait, let's wait and see how the elections will go about. But why are you waiting and seeing? Don't waste today, Just do what you need to do today. The Bible says, do not worry about what will happen tomorrow. It has sufficient trouble for itself. And for those who don't read the Bible, I'm sure whatever book you read says the same. If you read the Quran, is there anyone who read Quran? Please tell us what it says, because I'm sure it says something, not worrying. So make a big vision. Make it meaningful to you. Now, make it very meaningful, and I'll show you how. Share it with others. People, especially Kenyans, I don't know about Uganda, people fear to share their vision because you think people might do something to make it not happen. My experience has been nobody can stop you. Only you can stop yourself, because God already has given you the abilities. And because he has given you the abilities, then no one can snatch it from you. But you can do it. You can sabotage yourself, okay? But when you share your vision with others, what I've seen is that you get connected to the right people. And I'll give you an example. I have this big vision. I'll just share with you. I have this big vision whereby we need to sort out the universal healthcare for Africa. Don't ask me how, I don't know. But I know that one day we're going to sort out that, because the solutions are not going to come from government. The solutions are going to come from us, the entrepreneurs. And so because I have this big dream, I keep sharing it with anybody and everybody that I meet. And something, I would say, magical happens every time I share, because I get connected to a person who connects me to a person that I need. Okay, so I will keep sharing. Even now I'm sharing with you. So if you know somebody who can help me, then I am available, because that is the only way it can happen. Okay, connect your vision to your daily actions. So that is a big vision. So we want to sort out the universal healthcare issue. I'm calling it, affordable healthcare. We want to make Africans be able to afford healthcare, so they don't have to wait to pay out of pocket. So then every day, action connected to this vision. One of a big action that I have planned to do is I plan to hike Everest. And to hike Everest, it means every day you need to keep walking, to keep hiking smaller heights. And I'm hiking Everest to be able to rally everybody around and beyond so that we can sort out this healthcare issue. So every day I have to either run or hike somewhere or walk, because I have to prepare this body for this hike. I hope you're getting me, okay? And be very intentional about it. Don't worry about whether it will happen or not. Just do the actions that lead you towards that vision. Okay, that's strategy number 1. If you have any comment, please put it in the chat. We're going to read them as we continue. Strategy number 2, break down the vision into small goals that are achievable. Say, for example, this year, I don't know how many of you had set your revenue goal this year. but maybe you wanted to earn an extra 100K or 3 times your current income, or you wanted to move from 45,000 per month to 450 per month, basically 10 times. So these are just examples. So you need now to break that down into daily action. So if you wanted to maybe to start generating 450,000 per month, it means that every day of 30 days, you must generate 15,000 per day, okay? And then you go deeper and ask, what activities will help me achieve 15,000 per day? And it goes like that. So break it down. And I'll give you a good example. In 2013, when I decided I was going to do over 10 million, I broke it down to daily. And every day, and not just because the is not achievable every day to be able to close 15,000. You get the point? So you break it down into very achievable activities that you can measure every evening. If you happen to come to Bismart, we measure every day. How many leads did you generate? How many actions did you do that lead to lead generation, or that leads to getting more customers? So break it down. That's strategy number 2. They're very easy. They look simple, but not very easy. Okay. Then strategy number 3 is you need a strong why. Why do you want to achieve it? I must tell you that why I needed to achieve the 10 million in 2013 was because I knew that my income was going to grow to a level whereby I get, I'm no longer struggling with basic needs or small things. And the other thing is I needed to stop being a sales insurance agent. So I wanted to grow. And the only way to grow was I needed to break some record so that when I go to my boss and I say, I need 1, 2, 3, they're going to listen. So I had a very strong, inspiring why. Okay? Because without a strong why, then your dream is going to be hollow and shallow. It will not be achieved. So have a compelling why. Why are you doing it? Okay? And once you have done that, some people, it could be you need to pay off your debt. Maybe you want to buy a car or you want to buy a house. Whatever it is, it needs to be so strong that you want it so bad that you have no time to think about the elections and who is going to win and who is not going to win. Because you're just going to wait for the day of election, go vote and continue doing your business. And you pray to God that all shall be okay because, He's in control. And even if it is not okay, because sometimes it doesn't go the way we want, even if it is not okay, then you say like Daniel, it was Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They told the king, we know that our God will save us, but even if he does not save us, we are not willing to bow down. So then that is what you need to say, that I know it shall be well, but even if it is not well, then there will be more opportunities on my way. I hope I'm not preaching too much. And now bonus strategy number 1. Once you have sorted out that, then the next thing is you need to enlist people who will support you. Now, and I'll tell you, whenever I have a big goal, for example, now I have that goal to hike to Everest so that we can be able to raise funds to sort out the affordability for the low-income earners, starting with Kenya and the other parts of Africa. So the people that I enlist, number 1, I always enlist a coach, somebody who I will be going to, bounce off the ideas on them. They interrogate them. They ask me questions. They keep me accountable. They actually connect me when they have connections, or they give me information that I may need. Okay. In 2013, I enrolled a coach for the first 3 months of the year, 100 days. And when I enrolled the coach, I was able to achieve my first quarter goals because every day they were on my case. How did we do today? How did we perform? And it became a team, okay? Then apart from the coach, you need, I enlisted, or rather, my house help. My house help, my son, my husband were part of this big goal. Such that when I go home in the evening, they would ask, Mom, how much did we achieve? My house help, because she knew once we achieve it, she was also going to get something on top of her salary. So she would be, Mama Marcus, how much did we do today? So basically, there are many people who are, many eyes on me, because achieving big goals in a difficult year is not easy. It requires you to have many eyes that are watching you so that you don't relax, okay? And others could be your customers. There's those customers who love, they like you, they trust you, they want to see you succeed. Enlist them in this journey. Share with them what it is that you want to achieve. And you just be very clear that last half, I managed to achieve X. In this second half, I plan to achieve 3X, okay? And if you want to enlist us, Eunice and 20X, we are available because we are willing. I decided this year to start coaching people and just being, helping people to achieve the goal they say they want to achieve. So yes, if you want to enlist us, we are here and we are ready to support you and to walk with you the journey so that you can achieve what you have set out to achieve. And bonus strategy number 2, who will you become? Visualize who you're going to become when you achieve that goal. Who are you going to become? Are you going to become more fit? Because I didn't share this, but every time that I want to achieve a big goal, I normally start with my physical, how do I call it? How I feel, how I look and feel. So normally, like in 2013, in 2012, I was 74 kilos, 74 kgs. I am short. When you see me seated here, you may think I'm very tall, but I'm quite short. I think I'm 5 foot. And I was 73 kgs. And I thought the only way to be able to achieve this goal is so huge, 5 times, is no mean achievement. So I needed to shed off all the weight that entangles me, as the Bible says. It says that shed off all the weight that entangles you so that you can run the race that God has kept ahead of you. And for me, I looked at it, this is the race that God has kept ahead of me. And so I need to shed off all the weight that entangles me. And I actually decided I'm going to reduce my weight from 74 to 64. I think 62 there. And believe you me, in the first quarter, remember, I enlisted a coach. I enlisted everybody around me. I had shed my 10 kgs and I was 64 kgs. This year, when it began on January 14th, I was 71 kgs. And I decided, for this goal that I have for this year to be achieved, I need to be light. I need to be lean and strong. And so I have to lose weight. I wanted to lose to 65 kilos. But then I achieved it too early. So I pushed the goalpost. So I decided to lose to 63. Now, as we speak, I am 62 kgs and very happy and very energized. So even after this, when you guys are dozing off, I'll still be happy and, I can work for another 3 hours before you sleep. So the question is, who do you want to become? I wanted to feel good, to feel light. So in achieving my revenue goal, I achieved other goals. And all this, you become, it's not actually what you achieve, it's about who you become when you achieve that goal. And by the time I achieved the goal in the end of the year 2013, I was more self-disciplined. I was more patient because I had to learn patience. I was more tolerant to people who are difficult, I was a better person. I was more prayerful. I was more, connected with my God, and all these are benefits. So visualize, who will you become after all this? And I hope you're writing down these notes. Okay. Any question up to that point? Please let me see on the chat whether there are any questions. I'm going to stop sharing so that I see if there are any questions. Okay. Wow. I share that vision and have some ideas how. Just a minute. So, okay, if there are no questions, I will ask Derek to share the poll. And there's a poll that I want us to do a poll just to see where you stand when it comes to your vision and goal. If there are questions, comments. Oh, there's a question here from Misati. How do you overcome the downs? That's a very good question. How do I overcome the downs? The downs will always be there. And this is where your vision need to be bigger than you. And this is where you need to enlist other people. Because if you're alone, you're going to give up. If you're on your own, you're going to give up. So enlist other people. Have somebody who you're looking forward to meet tomorrow, because they're going to ask you some difficult questions. Some are personal questions, and that's the beauty of a coach. And you're willing to be vulnerable to them. So that is how I overcome. The other way is for me to keep the energy up, I do exercise. When your body moves, the downs will be there, but they don't hit you so bad. So keep your body moving. Yeah. Winnie is asking, how do I get a coach? It depends on the kind of a coach you're looking for. You can chat me. Derek, please share my number. You can chat me, and then we can see the kind of a coach that you're looking for. And then we can find them. Yes. Oh, Lina, we share the vision of healthcare being accessible and affordable. We need to talk. You see the power of sharing? You never know what you can come up with, because it's not about me, it's not about you, Lina. We can build this together. So let's chat and see how we can make it happen. So thank you so much. Derek, please share the poll. Let's see how people are doing before I go to the next part, because I'm about to give you an irresistible offer. Most visions be altruistic. Sometimes I feel vision to buy a car or need to be selfish. That's why you need to be personal. It needs to relate to you. Yeah, if you think it's selfish, then you won't achieve it. And it is, it's not what you want. So set a vision that is inspiring to you, because it's personal. In 2013, my only thing, what I wanted to achieve is to prove to myself that I can do something that I think is difficult. Yeah. And I did that. And also to be able to stand before my bosses and say, wait, I need to move forward. I need to grow, because I'm made for more, not just this, small things. Yeah, some people, it could be just a car. Some people are struggling with debt. They just need to clear the debt. So sometimes, and I was explaining this to someone this afternoon, is someone who needs to be muted. Janet. Yeah. So I was sharing with someone that, the Maslow hierarchy of needs. If you're at the bottom of the needs, the hierarchy of needs, whereby you're struggling with food, shelter, and clothing, believe you me, even if you want to dream big, you can't dream big. So your vision has to be within that level, okay? And I hear what you're talking about, Misati, because if your level is beyond the cars, the houses, then your vision is bigger, okay? And then the next level is of security. If you you still struggle, you need acceptance, you need to feel safe and secure. Maybe it's a family you're seeking for, then your vision is to get a family, okay, at that particular time, or your goal. And as you grow higher in the Maslow hierarchy of needs, then your vision becomes bigger and beyond you. So be patient with yourself, assess where you are, and dream on, to get out of, I call it, when you're still at the basic level, you have to meet those basic needs so that you can grow to higher levels. All right? Derek, we can't see the poll. Where is it? Can you see the poll?
Yes, some people have already voted. If you
Oh,
want to...
okay, all right, okay, keep voting. Let me know when they have finished. Is there any other question before I go to the final part? I promise by 9 you'll be out of here, so don't be in a hurry. Relax. Let's not waste this moment, the moment that God has given us, so that we can share together. Any comments, please share on the chat. I like what I'm seeing on the chat. Thank you, Misati. Thank you, Winnie. Thank you, Lena, for your questions and comments. Yeah. Okay, so we go to the next part. Have you done? Are you done, Derek? How many people have polled?
Only half have, slightly more than half now.
Guys, please don't let us down. Please do the poll. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen because I want to give you the offer that I have for you today. Remember, we want to make this year the best year. Ms. Sati, you want to say something? I can see your hand up. Please unmute and speak. Okay, no, all right. Thank you. So I'm sharing my screen. So the offer, and for those who are looking for a coach specifically when it comes to sales, or growing your business, we have prepared for you a 5-day sales challenge, and this is beginning next week on Tuesday. We're going to have a session. Please mute. Oh dear. Who is this? I'm looking for the person who is talking. Okay. Yeah. We're going to have a 5 days, every day 1 hour, where we're going to meet here. And now this is going to be practical. You see, the things that I've talked about, the vision, breaking it down into goals. But then now we're going to go into how do you do it? Where do you begin? And basically get the work done in the next 5 days, from Tuesday next week up to Monday the following week. So every day. So the day one, we look at, how do you identify the customers with money? We have said, yes, it's a difficult year, but it's not difficult for everybody. So there are some people who have the money. So how do we know who it is has the money, and how do we target them? And then on day 2, we're going to see how do we generate leads. Leads are people who can afford your product, they are willing to buy, and they are decision makers, and they have a budget, okay? So how do we generate leads? Offline and online. So, and every day there'll be an assignment for you, which you have to do so that the following day you come and tell us what you did. So this requires your commitment to do the job, because me as a coach is just to help you get the job done, but you're the one to do the job. Then on day 3, we look at yes, you have all these leads. What are their needs? How do you give them a compelling offer that they will not resist? They will be able to say, yes, this is what I need, okay? And then how do you handle objections? And how do you get the money to the bank and keep the money coming for the rest of the year, all right? So that is what we're going to be covering next week. Now, this program is it's valued. It's number, we charge 15,000 shillings for that program. But for this particular session, or rather for next week, we are charging only 3,000 Kenya shillings. That's about $30. And we will be able to help you grow your revenue. And of course, it is your commitment to it that will give you the results. But we are committed to make sure that you get the results. I will share all the things that I use. As I said, this year we've been able to grow our customers by 600%. Same time last year. That's 6 times what we had done last year, despite the year being a difficult year. So I am going to share, how do we do that? How do we get the people? And then you're going to do it and then come back and report to us. So this is, I'll just be basically playing the role of a coach for 5 days. And then after that, then you can see what next. So you enroll today, you pay 3,000 shillings. You can, Derek, please share this link on the chat. And in case you get stuck, you can always call Paris. Paris is my assistant, and you'll be able to join. So I am looking so forward to walk this journey with you, and let's make this year the best year. This joy in working together. And as I told you, I enlist many people. When I have a big goal to achieve, I enlist everybody. And many of the people that I enlist, I actually pay for it. Every year I pay a coach on a certain area of my life, okay? And you have to be willing to pay for the value that you get, because you also want value for what you give. Oh my God, who is this now again? Oh dear. Okay. All right. So the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So you want to get started, you want to get this done, then stop talking and be an action-oriented person. And in summary, and I hope this is what you got, is you need to have a compelling vision. You need to break it down into measurable and achievable goals. You need to have a strong why. To enlist other people. We are human, we get weak, we need that support. Then visualize, who will you become? Are you going to be more honest, more patient? Because remember, success is it's duplicatable. If you succeed in this difficult year, then other difficult years will not be as difficult, because you'll see them, oh, if I did it that time, then I can do it. You can copy the same process that you did and succeed in that. All right. And with that, I want to take more questions, and also Derek can announce the 4 results as I stop there. Thank you very much. See you at the top. See you next week. Please join the challenge. It's going to be a real challenge, and there'll be rewards after the challenge for those who are going to maybe generate the most leads. We're going to create a criteria for those who will maybe generate more leads than others, because it's practical. Selling is practical, and you can't cut corners when it comes to sales. All right. Let me see on the chart. Day 4 and 5. Julius, what's the question on day 4 and 5? I didn't get you. Please, you can unmute and ask, Julius. Oh, there's a question. Who is the target for the training? The target for this training. Yes, Julius. Go ahead.
Eunice, on day 4 and 5, I did not get like you listed, day 1 is customer strategy targeting, Day 2 is lead generation. Day 3 is customer discovery. Day 4?
Day 4 is, just a minute. Day 4 is objection handling. You know, just looking at the different objections that you'll be getting in the course of the week and how to navigate them. And then day 5 is closing the sale. How do you ask for the money with confidence and not feeling guilty? You know, because salespeople feel guilty when they're asking for money, and you end up losing the sale because you're feeling like you're guilty. So that will be day 5. Is that clear?
Thank you.
All right. Now, who is it for? That's a very good question. This is for entrepreneurs. Remember, an entrepreneur, you're the first salesperson in your business, okay? So entrepreneurs. Number 2, people who want to grow their revenue beyond what they have done the previous half. And it's also for salespeople who want to make this year the best year, especially those who are earning on commission. And you want to earn more commission than you have ever earned in your life, but you want to make this commission in this year, difficult year, because it is possible, okay? So it is for entrepreneurs and salespeople who are determined to make a difference in this year. And I'm aware we have just begun the second half, okay? So it is not easy. As I said, we're not going to do this because it is easy. We're going to do this because we want it so bad, because we want to bring all our resources together to make it happen. So I hope, Elizabeth, I've answered your question. Anthony, thank you for sharing. A color does not become dimmer after lighting another. Wow. Awesome. Thank you, Anthony. Okay, any more questions? Derek, do you have the poll results as we get more questions? It's 9:03.
Yes.
Okay, please share.
Yes. On the first question, I asked whether you set revenue or income targets in the beginning of the year. 77% said yes, 23% said no. The second question, how far are you in achieving your targets? 86% of those who polled scored below 50%. 14% were between 50 and 70%. Nobody scored above 70%. Question 3, have you ever enlisted the services of a career coach before? 17% said yes, 83% said no. Question 4, would you like to have someone who guides you to achieve your career goals? That is a career coach. 65% said yes, 26% said they are not sure, 9% said no.
Wow, 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 wow. You know what the number has shocked me is that nobody has achieved above 70% of their target. And that means all of you need to join the coaching next week. Because now, Wanjiro, the question, even that the one you asked, everyone who is in this room need to enroll for the coaching next week, because we must change those numbers. And you know why I love selling is we normally say numbers do not lie. I studied maths, and we say numbers do not lie. We say if, you know, in God we trust, everybody else show us the numbers or the data. So only God that we trust, but numbers are saying otherwise. 86% are below 50%. It means we're not doing well. And the question is that I would want to leave you with, do you want to change this? Now, if you want to change this, let's see you next week on Tuesday. Chat us, let us change our lives and change other people's lives. And with that, I will say have a good night. See you next week. Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night.
You guys don't want to leave.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.